Hi, I'm Cathy Haug. Let's Hoop It Together with my Mighty Hoops, and I want to show you the starter kit. So let me get you down here and we'll get started right away. So we're going to start off with the station. So this is what comes with your kit, and there's 5 pieces, and this is the station, and you also get the fixture and freestyle, and the fixture and freestyle does come in 2 pieces. It comes with the part that attaches to your station, and then the second part is the board, and the board gets attached to the base. This is the base. I need another pair of hands here, and the base gets attached right here, and it just screws on right here, and I'll show you more about that in just a few minutes. And then you also get a T-square, and last but not least is the 5.5 Mighty Hoop. So I'm going to start out by showing you how to do a left chest. So you're going to start with the station, and then we are going to add the 5.5 fixture, and you'll see it has an R for right chest, a left for left chest, and you can also do center if you like. And then there's numbers here. Mighty Hoops does on their website have a list of corresponding numbers with sizes, and you can use it if you like to. I always suggest everybody start your own, because different manufacturers of shirts have different cuts. Some have regular cuts, slim cuts, and all different things. So just for safety's sake, I like to measure the first time and start with my own. So I'm just going to put the freestyle fixture on here for starters, and then I'm going to grab a shirt. And what I do like to do the first time is I grab my shirt and I fold it in half, and I get a really nice center in the half, and I press it, and I just press down the middle. And if you'd like to, you can add, I just added a couple pins here so we could just see it a little bit better. And what this does is it gives you, when you get to the fixture, you can line it up along here. And if it doesn't fit right against it, at least it'll be parallel, so that if you're parallel here, you'll be horizontal here, if that's a good explanation for you. So now that we have that, we're going to also get where our design is going to go right here. So for men, they are 7 to 9 inches down. So I'm going to just measure. Of course, I picked a small ruler, so this is 7, and I'm just going to go 8 inches down to just go halfway in between that. And so that is right there. I'm going to grab a longer ruler for right here. And this is 10 inches across, so I'm going to be at the 5 inch. So that is the center right there. And like I said, this is just the very first time that I do this. So now this is a men's large. So now every time that I do, after I set this up, every time that I do a man's large in this brand of shirt, whatever number that is in this circle right here, I'll keep a reference and I'll know, and I won't have to do this again. So now I'm going to take the bottom hoop and place it in here. And I also want to talk about, there's a clip right here at the top, and if you place it in one direction, the bottom hoop is locked in. If you slide it over in another direction, it'll come up. So you can decide which way you like to have it. And I'm going to leave it in the locked direction. Then we're going to put a piece of stabilizer in the bottom here. And these clips right here are magnetic. And so it's really nice that they also lock in nice and tight. So we got that going. And so now I'm going to slip my shirt on. I don't have my pins very straight, but. So things you want to do is you want your shoulders to be lined up right at the top of the board. And that's your first thing you want to do. And then your second thing is we want this center to be right in the center of these arms right here. So there's this little grooved out center right here, and the center of that grooved out is the center of my hoop. So I'm going to take a look at that, and this looks a little bit low, so I need to change my fixture right here. So if I want that to go, I want it to be just a little bit different here. Let me just figure out what I want here. So I'm going to bring that down just one more notch, and let's take a look, see if I went the right direction. Right, yeah, that looks good. And then the other thing to make sure, because I said I want this to be straight, my vertical line, so that my horizontal is straight, I'm going to take a look at that, and I'm going to take a look at my shoulders. So I'm going to get my shoulders straight first, and then I'm going to look to see that these are straight. And the other one you want to be sure of, there's a blue line right here, and that needs to be also in the center of my design. So once I have all those things centered, my tab is at the bottom, and my tab is always towards me when I get to my embroidery machine. So my warning sign is going to be opposite of my tab. So then I will hoop. That is all there is to hooping, except for one last thing. I did put my little clip in lock. So it shouldn't have come up, but it did pop up. So I need to tighten my clip up. That's what's wrong with that. So it'll come right up. So you can see, if I bring this up to you, I know it's a pin, so it's hard to see, but the center of my pin is right here. So you can see that's across the center of my hoop, and the center of my hoop that way. So that was all centered, and it's a nice, I don't know if you can hear that, it's a nice drum-like hooping. So now when I go to do my next one, I don't have to measure my shirt. There'll be no measuring at all. I can just hoop my shirt. If I want to be really certain about that horizontal line, I can iron that center down my shirt just to make sure I'm really straight. But as you get better about doing this, you should be able to do it with just your shoulders. Just get your shoulders nice and straight, and you should be able to go down on your shoulders. So that's how you do left chest. Now to do right chest, I'm on number 28. So I will just lift this up, line up on number 28, and be able to do the name on the shirt on just the opposite side. So it makes it really nice and easy just to be able to flip over and do that. So that is pretty much it for the station for left, right chest. So that's what I wanted to show you for that. And now, and I don't use right chest, so this is really tight, so it didn't get any use. But let me show you now what you can do with the freestyle fixture. So I went ahead and put this on, but I'm going to take it off so I can show you a little bit better. It has a pin right here and a little hole for the pin, and then there is a screw there. So you just slip those two on, and then the same fixture that we were using on the station, it just goes on the opposite way that it was on the station, so that we can do pretty much all of the same things that we were doing before. And I do want to show you how I like to unhoop. So what I do is I put 2 fingers under the little nub right here, and then my thumb on the tab, and then I just push and pull, and with the other hand I rotate the hoop, and it's just kind of like breaking a water seal. So don't really fight. I see a lot of people really struggling with the hoops, and if you do that, it's just, like I said, it's just a fight. But if you do that little push and pull, rotate your wrists, it just breaks that seal, and it's an easy motion to get them apart. So let me get my bottom hoop and my stabilizer out here, and I can show you some other things. So when you go to the base and the freestyle fixture, it's because you have a different size. So the station was an adult, for adult shirts. So now let me grab some other things right here. So kid sizes. so they obviously wouldn't fit on the adult station. So this I believe is a 3 toddler. So now I'm able to do toddler sizes on here. So again, I can put my stabilizer on here in the magnetic clips. And then I can put on the toddler shirt. And they're just really nice and easy to line up because they fit so well. And usually they're about an inch or so down. And I can just center the shirt, smooth it out nice and evenly. And I want to take a look. I always forget which way we are. Okay, the tab is down. So the warning, I'm going to want that towards me. And then again, simply hoop it. And again, just that nice drum-like hooping. And if you're wanting to use the iron-on no-show mesh, you can just easily iron that on, not put the stabilizer in here, and do the exact same thing. So that's really nice and easy. And again, I'll show you that unhooping again because it's so simple. Fingers under here, thumb here, your hand over here, push, pull, and rotate. Just comes apart nice and easy. So that's how you would do a toddler shirt. And you can do onesies. So here's a onesie. You can do it the exact same way. I won't do it because it'll take up so much of the time to do it. But I brought over a bag to show you. Just to show you how versatile this is. And with the kit, everything is in the 5.5 hoop. So here's a bag, and it does have handles, but you can just pull them out of the way. And there's really nice measurement lines here. So this isn't that deep of a bag, but I can use the measurement lines. Here's a 6-inch, here's a 7-inch, 7.5. And if the bag was deeper, I could keep pulling up so that I would know every time for the depth of my design to do them the same every single time. That would make it really, really low hooping. But again, and this one, the clip did stay. So I need to, here's where the clip is. So I need to pull that clip down and pull it out. And I do need to adjust my screws on my clip. So that was nice and easy to pull, to just pull this clip back so my bottom hoop will come out from the locked position. And then one last thing that I did bring out to show you guys is towels. And the bottom hoop goes in, stabilizer, and then the towel. Now towels, and I'm not going to do it on this video because I do have other videos for it, but this is what the T-square is for. And you do screw these little screws down in here, and the T-square pulls to the left or right, and you can line up your center on towels. But same thing with these numbers right here, where you can pull, so each time you know which line to pull your towels up on. But again, it is really nice and easy to line the edge of your towel so you know you're straight. Let's get it up a little bit further so we're off of that edge. And I'm locked again, so I just pull the clip and I have my towel hooped. So it shows you a little bit of versatility on what you can do with the starter kit. And you know, these are just a very, very few things. You can do so much more. But this is just, like I said, everything's with the 5.5 hoop. So if you want to graduate into bigger hoops, you just need to add fixtures. And for center hooping, there's one fixture, and I'll show some more of that in some other videos for you. This one is just for the 5.5 starter kit. So I hope this was good for you to start understanding the 5.5 kit. And you can contact me through Facebook on Messenger, and I can get you started with it.